we come out here, we didn't know, what this was going to be like. You're coming into the Lions Den, you've got to hold your nerve, and boy, you delivered there.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was
great.
great.
Let's carry on. Yeah, no,
please.
Thank you. No, I mean, I said to you and I said to everyone that was listening, I'm going to go from round one, try to get the knockout. If I don't get in one, I'll get in two. Because I'm feeling confident at this way. I'm feeling very, very robust. The whole camp has been sensational. I've been blocking shots, taking, just feeling like what a fight really is and can be. And, I managed to go in there and get the job done. And as I said, I could.
Yeah, Lawrence, you did, mate. And I said all week that we've been around you all week now, and I said that you're always a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. You've looked good in yourself. You've been great with the media. So I know that you'd left no stone unturned. The team up that you had with Joe Gallagher, and he was talking about the tactics and what you was going to go through. We didn't know if you was actually going to be able to implement that and deliver. That was what was the unknown. But boy, you've done that, and the work, the teaming up with Joe Gallagher seems to have relit the fire in your belly in many ways, and sort of reinstalled that confidence that maybe have gone down at cruiserweight.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's all a confidence thing with myself. Without blowing my own trumpet too much, I'm so talented. Like when I watch myself back sparring and doing this and doing that, I'm like, yo, no one can really hang in there or deal with me. But on the day, shots are coming and I'm acting as if I'm scared, I'm holding, no, this is boxing, bro. You're gonna get hit, you're gonna hit people back. And at the end of the day, I was prepared to go through hell today, to be fair. And every fight I have going forward, I'm treating it as if it's my last fight. So no stone will be left unturned, and I think I'll get a lot more KOs. Do
you think that confidence or that lack of confidence towards the end of being cruiserweight champion was down to you making the weight and maybe not believing in your own ability, punch resistance, etc.? Because you look like a renewed fighter there.
Yeah, no, definitely. And also it's a thing of like obviously where I come from, to get to the point where I made good money, I defended the belts often, I did get a bit complacent. I just felt like it was, I just wake up on the day of fight day and it's going to happen, but I realised that you have to go in and actually take it. So that's what I said, the whole ring walk, everyone was there, all I think to myself was go and get it. It's not going to you have to go and get it, so yeah, happy.
Listen, bridgerweight champion, two-weight world champion now, that sounds beautiful, right? Where do we go now? Are we moving up? There's big fights out there. You talked about Joseph Parker. You talked about Dillian White. Where is the ambition for you right now?
Just to have the biggest and best fights I can. I've been world champion. This is my second time being world champion. And, Ben and everyone that's ever worked with me knows I don't say no to fights. I'm up for fighting anyone. So if cruiserweights want to come up, if heavyweights want to come down, if they want me to go up, I'm up for whatever. There's not a fighter on earth that I would say no to fighting at the moment.
Well, I think that we've clearly seen that you've outgrown that cruiserweight division, and this definitely seems like your weight right now. Maybe there's more action that you can do in the bridgerweight division, but it'd be great to see you in the heavyweights as well. Yeah. Look, Alexander Usyk was 16 stone, the same as you weighed the other day, so it's proved that weight can still deliver at the heavier division.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to perform way better because when I'm throwing the shots, they've got a lot more force behind them, and I feel more robust at this weight. So. And I'm only going to grow into it, I've only done one camp at this weight, so pushing another camp, I know I'm going to be really, really strong by the end of the year.
Brilliant. Listen, Lawrence, tonight's all yours, mate. You deserved it. Well done, two-time world champion. And there, Joe Gallagher, come up with a perfect game plan as well. Joe, just grab a quick word with you. We talked about this all week. You said, Spence, we know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go and meet fire with fire. He's got a newfound confidence in his boxing. We didn't know if he'd be able to implement that. You said you didn't even know if he could do it on the night, but what he's been doing in the gym, boy, he delivered.
No, he delivered it. We had a tactical session this morning, and then I showed him Hearns and Duran and just how to deal with these small type of fighters, and he went in there and he was very destructive. Great right hands, finished it with a lovely right uppercut, and like you say, he wasn't a little bit out of breath, so I'm really, really, really pleased. Nearly a year to the day since he lost. He's paid for his own money to come and reside in Manchester, and that showed me he had the desire, the grit and everything else. So quick one, I just want to say, on Monday it's 30 years since the passing of Phil Martin, and here we are 30 years later, and a WBC world title still coming to the gym at Champs Camp in Manchester, so big respect.
Joe, brilliant, mate. You was meticulous in your breakdown of the fight, how it was going to go. You talked about it at the open workout, where he needed to place his feet, the shots he needed to throw, and you delivered. Prove why you're one of the best trainers out there right now. Joe Gallagher, well done, mate. Great performance from you and the whole team.
All the time.
Absolutely, bless you, mate. And let's bring in the promoter now, Ben. Shalom. We're going for it here, boys. We had nothing, now we're delivering. Yeah, Ben, you must be over the moon, mate.
I am over the moon, but more for Lawrence, I have to be honest. He's been through such a difficult time because you have a one bad performance and 2 and 3, and you know that something not's quite right, and we had to make the difficult decision. Let's move him up. There wasn't something. He was moody in 5 weeks. He looked gone. He looks like a different person. We said it all week, and I'm just delighted because he came through so much criticism, let's be honest, but he is a phenomenal athlete, phenomenally strong, and he's a real problem now that he's a heavier weight, you know, and delighted, 2-weight world champion.
Yeah, come on, Ben, let's cut to the nitty-gritty now, mate. You must have plans. You knew that there was a great chance he was going to come out here, pick up that title. What are the plans? Where are we going? Are you in any conversations? Give us a little exclusive on there.
Look, I have to be honest, we want to keep the options open with Lawrence. We've got Richard Riakporhe and Chris Smith fighting in June. I expect Riakporhe to want to move up at some point as well. Similar frame to Lawrence. That's a fight that never happened at cruiserweight. Can it happen now at bridgerweight? He'll have his eye on that domestic scene. I know he's very interested in the Wardley Clark fight, and he looks at that domestic scene and thinks that he's levels above it, and is, you know, and then the bigger heavyweights as well. The world's his oyster now. We know how that heavyweight division is thriving, and as I say, you look back on certain decisions and certain things, and there was a lot of talk around why he didn't take that Chris Smith rematch. Sometimes you have to take ego out the room, right? He knows he can beat Chris Smith on his day, no doubt, and I think Chris will admit that. But when it's about your career and where you feel comfortable and where the opportunities really lie, it was the time to move it up, and I think tonight proved that, and I think the rest of his career will prove that. It's a second chapter in Lawrence Okolie's career.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and you've had that big announcement today. Then we've got it live and exclusive actually on talkSPORT, June the 15th. Chris Smith goes to Selhurst Park in the Lions Den again against Richard Riakporhe, a repeat of 2019. Riakporhe won that one by split decision. Both guys have gone on and had great careers. What a fight that's going to be.
Huge fight. On the night, the 4 best cruiserweights in the country with Riakporhe, Chris Smith, Jack Massey, Chamberlain. Obviously a rematch as well. I mean, to be honest, I can't really say more about that fight. It's not often I get to promote a domestic world title. It's not often that we promote both guys. It's not often that it's a rematch as well. And Chris Smith's the champion with his only loss being Richard Riakporhe. It's incredible. It's great for British boxing. It's going to be a celebration that night, a full house at Selhurst Park in the sun with Ben Whittaker in his biggest fight today as well. Dan Aziz's back. I think Caroline Dubois on the card as well in a huge fight to announce next week. Jamie TKV, hopefully we see him back. But that main event is absolutely enormous, and it's a complete 50-50.
Brilliant. Listen, Ben, it's been a brilliant night, mate. Congratulations. Thanks so much for your time. And there you go, guys. Brilliant little interviews there. Back to you in the studio.
Look at that. We were waiting, and then 3 came along at once. What? Crash, bang, wallet. Brilliant, Spence. Absolutely sensational work ringside there in Poland as Lawrence Okolie gets the job done against Lukasz Rozanski, taking him out in the first round, had him down on the deck on 3 occasions before the referee waved it off. He spoke extremely well there as well, as did his coach, Joe Gallagher. He just highlighted Phil Martin there. Phil Martin, a Manchester boxing legend, set up Champs Camp 30 years ago on Monday. Joe was just highlighting there, and Ben Shalom also chirping in on the conversation too, talking about his charge, Lawrence Okolie, and what comes next.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.